Tyree says, look, it's more cultism. That's another issue. Remember we talked about, how people perceive Riverside and Port Harcourt. Someone says it's becoming, the cultist, badge. Unfair. I don't know if it's fair or unfair. But now there's, in quotes, Yahoo badge. Desmond is speaking to us from Port Harcourt town. Good morning to you, Desmond.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Yeah, this topic is quite interesting, and I'll go straight to the point. You asked whether it's actually alarming in Port Harcourt.
Is it become endemic? Is it something that people
endemic?
Do you think it's now that bad?
Jude, it wasn't here. I don't know when you went to school. You understand? Yeah, I finished from secondary school way back in 2005. And after which I went to Lagos for a while. This leave town, go somewhere, before I get into university and all of that. So I went to Lagos and I met, it was there already. I know I had, how will I put it? I had connections with some Yahoo boys, and it was what it was as at then. And as at then, there was nothing like that in Port Harcourt. In fact, Port Harcourt went into this craze of crime, criminality, cultism, and all of that. Now, what am I saying? In recent, I schooled it wasn't in the East. But now it's everywhere. And if you said I agree that the hub, they say Benin, Lagos, it's very easy to get to Lagos from Benin. It's very easy to come back to Benin from Lagos. Everybody, just like the showbiz industry, domiciled in Lagos.
Okay, but that's quickly, do you think it's not a problem? I have to go on the break. So I need to hear from you.
It's not necessarily a problem if you ask me. Just that migration is causing everybody a problem. So it has migrated.
Desmond says it's migrated. So people are moving around, and as they move, they come with the good and the bad. We're back after this break. By the way, be advised, the temperatures will go vary between 24 and 28 degrees centigrade at some point during the day. At least that's what the weather app here tells me. So please be advised, particularly those of you who are going to be on the roads very often, so you may want to, stay in shade so you don't get sunburn. Now, having said that, welcome back. Our conversation starter this morning has to do with perception, right? And it is becoming a little worrying, particularly for those who are outside Port Harcourt, how Port Harcourt is being seen by them. Don't forget, there seems to be this, there's always been this certain aura about Port Harcourt and its residents, Rivers people and its residents, basically. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes maybe eccentric, if you will. But now it would seem it's on a change. Another trajectory is being plotted. Now, the question is it now endemic that the internet fraud has now become a thing that Port Harcourt is associated with? Once again, it is a perception issue. Now, no one here is saying, and I don't think anybody has the stats because I've gone online to try and get a lot of these stats, but nothing very definitive. Just like I said, reports from newspaper columns and obviously official reports like what I read earlier on by the EFCC. But the question this morning is not about how the FCC operates. Some of them have been seen or known to, in quote, try to effect arrest or carry out investigations. I said investigations very likely because there is a very serious worry that some individuals are being stereotyped unfairly, marked for investigations, and then, like we've heard before, extorted and exploited by some of these officials. We cannot deny that, all right? It's been in the newspaper. We've had people make reports about this over and over and over again. However, it has to be stated that the EFCC have a job to do, mandated by law, and they are backed by the Constitution, so they should do what they need to do. If there is smoke, chances are there might be fire somewhere. Which leads us to the question, do you think that the, in quote, internet fraud has now become endemic in these parts? Now, for some of you who I like to believe have no bearing, no leaning on, in quote, advanced fee fraud, there was a time when the perception used to be, it used to be in, the West. There are more there. They were here, but it's more there. A lot of people are doing it. A lot of people, I remember back in school, I knew almost everybody who I knew who was from Edo State knew someone who was into, advanced fee fraud at different levels, even females. Would you believe that? Okay. Having said that, is it here now? Is it now endemic to Port Harcourt? Do you think it's a serious problem, or it's just one of those things? It's not as bad as the reports are making it.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
017-923-0002, 0817923-0007. Now, WhatsApp and Telegram available on 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. As always, please do well. Turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you didn't see it or hear it, please do not make unsubstantiated claims and do not make inciting comments. Now, we have handles for you to use. Those of you who are active on social media, Facebook and Twitter, available with the handle at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. We're talking about internet fraud in Port Harcourt, and I asked the question, do you think it's now become endemic in Port Harcourt? On Facebook, we have a report. We have a comment from Itari Prince. It says the issue of this Yahoo is not a new thing. Even before we came, our fathers had been doing it. Then it was called 419. So it is a popular and common something in Port Harcourt. For me, I see it as the youths are using to pass time since the government can provide jobs for them. Really? They use it as pastime? Not quite sure that might be entirely true, but then again, that's his view. All right, phone lines. Once again, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0009. Yahoo business is bad and it is a crime, but I would rather we have internet fraudsters than having kidnappers, robbers, cultists, etc. I believe if it's not for the Yahoo and bets, crime would have been on the rise because there are no jobs. I would suggest EFCC should leave these Yahoo boys alone and concentrate on the corrupt politicians. After all, these Yahoo boys scam mostly people in foreign countries, and they also boost the economy of the country. Escobar. All right, Escobar, thank you very much for your comment, but that's not exactly true. That's not exactly true. Why do people always give advisories? Banks and other institutions give advisories not to share your PIN online with anybody. Banks tell you none of the officials will call you and ask you for your PIN number or your BVN. Why? Because, in quotes, the Yahoo boys are not scamming the foreigners alone. They are not. They are not, Pablo. Before I call you Pablo Escobar. Escobar, rather. They are not, unfortunately. And if you think, right, that having internet fraudsters is better than having kidnappers and robbers, then you don't exactly see the entire scope of the problem. So, I knew a professor back in university who fell victim to an internet scam. They didn't ask him to bring money. No, just filling something online, and then he slept, woke up, and nearly ₦1 million was removed from his account. Stolen. Panic immediately set in. That's ₦1 million. At one of the banks at Rumokoro Junction, right before the flyover, this was about 8-9 years ago. I shared this story before. Trying to collect money from the ATM, queuing in the morning, and then this woman comes in pregnant, crying, and it's a crowd trying to get in, and then she starts to roll. Why? Because as she was there standing, they were debiting her. A pregnant woman, a tomato seller, and she was crying that they want to finish her account. They should close her account. Why? Somehow she fell victim to one of those, you want to get, your bank say you should do this, bring this and put PIN. Next thing, ₦500,000. ₦500,000, and she said she just borrowed that money to go and buy tomatoes for her business. She was, at least, from what I could tell back then, 6 months pregnant. She was rolling on the ground. So Escobar, internet fraud is as bad, if not worse, as having kidnappers or armed robbers or cultists, disturbing an area. They constitute a serious menace. Talk about economic sabotage. All right, good morning, Jude. Please, what exactly do you refer to as internet fraud or Yahoo thing? Because I saw some police arrest somebody who trades in Forex and seized this phone. Is legitimate forex trading and internet fraud business the same? Of course not. Once again, which is why I made mention of some of the challenges, a lot of people in this area are having with the actions of some members of the EFCC. There's nothing wrong with trading. It's a legitimate form of economic activity. And this is where there's a huge problem. Because some young people are trading. Some people are now into digital assets. Some people, I heard there's even something called NFTs. People are working online, freelancing. I freelance online, for example. So if people are working online, writing, creating content online, and then you tag them as internet fraudsters, it's a disservice to where the current economy is going, which is online. So that's where more needs to be done, particularly from the authorities, talking about the police. Yes, there have been several cases of exploitation, of extortion. Remember the stories of, the police carrying some boys going around Port Harcourt using different POS machines, removing 50,000, whatever, 100,000 from them, and then just leaving them on the streets. It has happened. But some of these individuals are not internet fraudsters. So therein lies the problem. Kali in Port Harcourt says there is an upsurge of Yahoo boys in Port Harcourt, Jude. Many of these boys are from other states. I know of a block of flats, right, that has that here. The question is, It's kind of like saying, oh, there are more drivers in Port Harcourt. You're going to have more drivers in Port Harcourt than you have in, like, say, Ahoda, for example. There's a heavier population here. So, 4 lines now. 0817-923-0003. Match number 3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning, please.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Welcome, please.
The influx of these guys into Port Harcourt was because other environments have been saturated, not only by them, but also by the security agencies. Chasing them, community people chasing them, the environment is up. Even them themselves are chasing themselves. And if you notice, the Port Harcourt environment...
What do you mean them are chasing themselves? What does that mean, please?
Yes, so in some cases, they boycott themselves or overtake themselves on certain deals.
Interesting.
So they chase themselves in most cases where those eventualities occur. But the Port Harcourt environment is like, we are not used to that. We don't give them confine us. Most of us, they live in our compounds. Most of them, we are their landlords. And most of them, we are co-tenants. Do we even report them? We don't. We just live a normal life. So the Port Harcourt for now is a quiet place for them. Honestly, it's a quiet place.
I see.
Like, if you notice the Rumudara has this, artillery has it. The Rumaholu now, this other line opposite the Rumudara, there's one street that is in the car road, the Grida. They are there. There is one hangout. Brother, if you go there on Sunday evening, even you'll be embarrassed why you are there. Because these guys are everywhere. Well, I'm not saying that all internet, all this stuff, most of them are scams. No, they are legit, who are doing legit businesses. I mean, there's this guy that showed me something online as a guy. He was queuing and waiting for his payment date. If I tell you how much already on queue, thousands of dollars. Not all are fraudsters, but I think the police or the EFCC and other financial crime and agencies need to do is to be thorough so that we don't end up imprisoning innocent people. And these guys, basically, they're operating on a rugged line. But I want also narrow it also. We should not also talk about chasing these fraudsters. We should also investigate the victims too. Because most of these victims are greedy people. Somebody just called you from nowhere. I'm your bank manager. Who told you? They don't even say we are your bank manager, sir. And you are due for social payment. Or you start asking questions. What is your PIN number? What is your this? And you start answering questions.
That doesn't mean... what you're basically asking is, you're talking about victim blaming. Yes, people can be tricked. People can be, conned into, divulging information. But it's not, you cannot, I don't think it's fair enough to say, okay, because somebody is not smart enough.
Program in most situations before this conversation, you have done us good in making announcements and creating awareness. True of us. Are we listening? Like what had happened to one woman recently? What a problem. They just called her. And we are so people giving loans so please, so fill this form for us. But do you ever apply for a loan? Before the election or during the campaigns, we saw them. Tinubu payment, this one.
People are giving, all the political parties.
Exactly. We are paying 70,000 naira. Call this number. You are calling because they are paying 70. Are you not a greedy person? What concerns you with that money? We are talking about a better Nigeria. You are busy wanting to collect 70,000 naira from a Atiku campaign, from Mr. Zion campaign organization. You want to collect 100,000 naira. You are a greedy person. So such people to notice victimizing the victims, but it's for us to look at our greed level. Most of us want to go and reap where we did not sow. That is why these guys are up there. For instance, they called you by your name. Thank you very much. They gave you your birth date. Thank you very much. They mention everything about you. Thank you very much. But the moment they now narrow down to your bank information, they should know that this is not an environment for you to go to. But you divulge. You give them your PIN number, give them your ATM card number, give them your bank number, everything. When they start, even your banks are warning us. We don't call you on such sensitive information. Whenever we need you, we will call you. We don't listen. We are looking for Mr. Zion campaign fund, 100,000 naira. So the victims should be scrutinized. Why these fraudsters should be investigated? And when the people should also learn to report them. We know them. They are in their houses for multi night. They own generator. The moment they take light or fish, they take light. They are just on.
I'm sorry. See that like you see that last, they put on the lights, they put on the generator. They always have like I said, I know people who work online at least 8 hours. There's some people right now as we're talking. They are operating some people in UK, but they are sad down. They are sad already. So they need power. So if I see my neighbor who has an online and he says he's always working, if I make that error, that investigate and go and call the police disservice, I've also done my neighbor a disservice.
So now everybody is suspect until you are being authenticated. Isn't
that against what the Constitution says, that you are innocent until proven guilty, Zion?
We all are.
You just said we're suspects. We are not suspects. Clement, speaking to us from NTA Road. Clement, good morning to you, please.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to say thank you for maybe correcting the previous caller or letting him know what. In fact, this is it, Mr. Jude. We in this part of the world, there are some strange jobs that are coming based on the tech that is available to us, that people, especially our older brothers and sisters, are not comfortable with. A lot of people think that when you carry block, you sweat. That is how you will succeed or make money. Until you carry block, wear one coverall, and then you wear one tattered canvas. That is when you are working hard. That is when you are doing something. But if your shop, you are holding a smartphone with a smart shirt and then putting on a face cap, they look you like one criminal. And it is going to take time for that narrative to be changed. Because, of course, a lot of information, education needs to be passed around. Now, why am I saying this? Even on radio, people are told to complain. Their children, they are always pressing phone. Before you know it, they have gotten like 2 or 3 phones and all that. Until we understand that you can carry out or create some content. You can create content anywhere, anytime, any day. And what are these content? This content could be you know how to solve mathematics. You know how to solve, let's say, quadratic equation, and you do a video on it, Mr. Jude. As brilliant as that your daughter, that your son is, that you know that your daughter knows how to navigate mathematics, and you do a video on it, and you put it on YouTube or any of the platforms, and that your daughter, your son has solved a problem for over 500 million people across the globe. And people are going to your daughter or your son's Facebook or Instagram page or whatever page to watch and see what they have done. Then they start getting traffic. Mr. Jude, before you knew it, that your son, that your daughter has started getting ads run on their video for doing what? For solving mathematics. And you see that you have a brilliant child, and you're not speaking advantage of his brilliance and the tech and the data that you have. Is that a crime for crying out loud? I'm saying this because I have this is what I do.
Okay.
Like the previous caller said, that they took light and you want to put on joint. In fact, that is how I live. I cannot go without light. You cannot expect me, my counterparts, my other colleagues in abroad, in US, who have steady power supply, who who we call for a meeting or two, and I will be struggling with lights, I'll be struggling with data, and we call ourselves a third world country, and we cannot meet with the standard that they are bringing. Competition is high. And major challenge of the world.
Clement, let me ask you this question, right? Sorry to interject in your train of thought. Let me ask you before I let you go. But do you think, in your own expert opinion, you seem to be a person who is on the digital space a lot. Do you think, in all fairness, that there is an increase in quotes, internet fraud within Port Harcourt? Do you think we're now having a lot of, in quotes, Yahoo boys in Port Harcourt now?
No, Mr. Jude. What I know that we have are people taking advantage of people's ignorance.
I see.
I will give you a popular example which everybody is aware about, and it is unfortunately in the church, where one man will come up with blue collars and tie and will start deceiving his congregation because they don't understand the scripture. The man understands the scripture and can manipulate it to get seeds and offerings from them. That is the same thing that the Yahoo boys are doing. So if you are smart enough, you know the kind of church you will go, and no pastor will deceive you. So if you are smart enough, when Yahoo boys approach you, you know how to say, guys, we are talking to the wrong person. Just about chiefs before I call the police on you.
Yeah, fine. But once again, right? Once again, you are saying, look, it's not an endemic problem. That is just bad people taking advantage of the situation in Port Harcourt. But with the reports,
is a prey versus
predator.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Clement. All right. Let's get to read some comments now on the WhatsApp platform. Good day, Jude. Why is the EFCC leaving the front of the drum that produces the sound and beats and sides of a drum that produces no sound? In as much as I do not support Yahoo business, EFCC should focus more on the main cause of the problem than the Yahoo business. Then the Yahoo business will vanish. Our politicians, not Yahoo men. These are senior Yahoo men that are behind the cause of the problem, which gave birth to the Yahoo boys as such. When Yahoo man is removed, the Yahoo boys will automatically have a natural death. That's from Noble. Interesting. Good morning, Jude. Fraudulent activities, in bracket, Yahoo, is almost everywhere in this country, and I can clearly tell you that Port Harcourt City is much better. The main problem with Port Harcourt is cultism, and it should be tackled vehemently. Evergreen with that comment. Noye from Omuma says, can we also include politicians that embezzle funds or allocations made for the payment of pensions, gratuities, scholarships, infrastructure, and others as fraudsters or Yahoo? I think the EFCC should beam their searchlights and concentrate more on politicians that convert public funds to personal funds and others who mismanage resources in their custody than chasing citizens on the streets and roads in the name of Yahoo. Interesting. But whilst the narrative is pretty clear from your responses, it still does not take away the fact that it is a crime. 2 years ago, on this same station, we had a discussion, that was befuddling to my imagination back then, and it shocked me to my very roots, where young children, no more than 10 or 12, if I'm not mistaken that time, about 12 years old, wanted to start advanced free fraud. Remember that video that went viral? Where the boy said he brought his friend. He brought his friend so that they can use his friend for jazz so he can start doing Yahoo business. You remember that video? I was shocked. So I get it. Politicians, public office holders and whatnot should be better scrutinized. Investigated. I agree. However, it would be foolhardy to ignore where the populace are actually, in quotes, doing their business. Because it is erroneous for you to believe that, oh, it's only foreigners that are being targeted. No. Every day, in front of my screen, I receive a fraudulent message every day. And I mean, there's no day I don't get to see, oh, so Jude and so giving out 10,000, or click here to find out if you are eligible to get loan of 1 million. And there's no day. And I mean no day. So it is a problem. Hello, Jude. I don't think it is endemic to Port Harcourt. People will migrate to wherever they feel that whatever they are doing will thrive. Then, if A, the location provides an enabling environment, and B, the perpetrators don't see reason to stop, they will continue. We also have them in Abuja. I keep listening to you in Port Harcourt. Oh, wow. Because Nigeria Info Port Harcourt has me on the chokehold. Oh, wow. That's kudos to us then. Then, to be fair, when we hear of raids here, we don't always know if they are audio raids or for optics, or innocent people that have been set up by envious haters or real fraudsters. That's another worry. Remember, I made mention that, if someone just has a generator on and then you go and make a report, this boy is like he's a Yahoo boy, you are doing both the police and indeed that particular individual a disservice. It will be truly unfair. Jude, internet fraud has become endemic in Port Harcourt today. Make it fast syndrome has infiltrated the youths. Check the age gap of these boys between 14 to 30. That's Joe. All right, we'll be back after this break.
Our people, they always talk, say